Hi friends, I'm Beth and I'm back with another episode of How I'm Doing It. Today I'm going to unbox a Knox produce box. This is local to the Knoxville, Tennessee area and surrounding zip codes. But it is a fun little process where a local company has locally sourced produce items with a few items sourced outside the area for seasonal type things. I mean, occasionally we'll get a pineapple in the box, and obviously we don't grow those in Knoxville, Tennessee. However, it's kind of fun because you never really know what you're going to get. I mean, you can make some basic choices, like you can choose a fruit box or a veggie box or a fruit and veggie box, and you can choose a regular size or an extra large size. But it's always fun, and it's like makes you go out of a rut. It makes you reach out of your typical pattern of meals and things to figure out new ways and new things to feed your family with whatever happens to be in here. If you like those cooking shows on TV, those little challenge shows where they have, okay, here's your random ingredients, now make a meal out of it. That's kind of how I look at this box. So then they have add-on items. So for today, I added on a pack of beefsteak slicing tomatoes, like for sandwiches and things. I love tomatoes, and I wanted to make sure I got some extras of those. They also sell other things like jams and jellies and salsas and nuts and all kinds of other random goodies. But yeah, this is something fun to do, and it supports a local group, a local business. So I always love to do that, a small business. And then also it's delivered straight to my door, and it's an amazing price. I forget exactly how much I paid for this, but it was around like maybe 40 bucks or something. And it's delivered to my front door. I don't even have to go anywhere and get it. You know, with some co-ops, you have to go pick up your items. I don't have to do that. So for 40 bucks, I get whatever's in this very heavy box delivered to my door, and it's always excellent quality. So I'm going to unbox it and show you what I got. Okay, look, oh my goodness, so many tomatoes. I'm so excited. They're all up under there. Look at that, so many tomatoes. Listen, I grew up in the South. I had a grandfather who used to grow tomatoes in his backyard garden plot. I'm used to eating tomatoes straight off the vine. I'll pick them up and sometimes just eat them like an apple. Maybe not one quite this large. That's a little bit larger than my belly size, but Roma tomato sizes, or like grape tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, just pull them right off the vine and eat them. I love that. So let's see what all's in here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is totally fine. If you're not familiar with the process, you take a tomato that is still a little bit green and you put it out in a windowsill inside your house and let it ripen naturally from the indirect sunlight for the next few days. It'll be totally fine. So it's nice to have some that are straight up red and then some that are a little bit less ripe, because then as you're eating the one, they'll all come ready. And this has some little, like tiny little brown spots on it, but it's still good. Look how gorgeous that is. So it's not always the most perfect, gorgeous fruit, but literally these are homegrown tomatoes from this outfit that puts all of these boxes together. So, I mean, you gotta love that. And I'm gonna tell you, homegrown tomatoes taste totally different than anything you'll buy in the store. Completely different taste profile. And then I got some fancy tomatoes, lettuce. I got tomatoes on the brain, and it's still got the root ball on the end, so that's gonna make it last longer. I don't know if you know this, but if you can keep your produce, there's a variety of ways to store different things, but in particular produce that still has the root on the end of it, like onions and lettuce and things like that. If you don't use the whole thing all at once, if you leave the root end on it, I have found personally for me that those items tend to last longer. I don't know if they're still drawing some kind of sustenance out of the roots themselves as they are stored in my refrigerator or what, but that's nice. I love to have some salads. Here is another tomato that I missed. See how pretty and gorgeous that is. Oh my goodness. And then what else do we have? We've got a large, perfect head of romaine. Okay, so there's a couple little spots on the outer leaf, but you know, that's just kind of natural when you pull it out of the farm and then put it right directly to the consumer like that. Then you're gonna have a few little imperfections sometimes, but you can just pull that outer leaf off. What is this? Ooh, okra. Okay, if you're not Southern and you're not really used to okra, let me show you. There's a variety of things to do with it, but my favorite thing is to chop it up and batter it and then fry it. I love fried okra. If you ever go to Cracker Barrel, which is a nationwide restaurant chain, and you can have the opportunity to get fried okra if it's not a common dish in your area, then I would say try it. Otherwise, the Southerners who already love fried okra know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's how it comes originally off the vine. So there we go, we got some okra. You can also do other things with it. You can put it in soups and things, but it's got a totally different texture. Then we have an eggplant. Let's see, what else do we have? We have some string beans. Let's see, hold on. I'm trying to open it up to show you. So if you've ever sat out on the porch with your granny in a rocking chair when you were a kid and snap some peas, then that's what we do. We would snap off each end and pop them in the middle and use those. So those are wonderful. Then we have some cherry tomatoes. See, I can just, or grape tomatoes, you can just open those up and eat them raw. Or you can do the traditional thing and put it in a salad. I got a pack of garden fresh carrots. So that is nice. Let's see. Yeah, that is what, like a pound? Yes, a pound. Okay. Then we got a bunch of corn. Let's see, 1, 2, still to be peeled, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ears of corn. So that's nice. And then we got some little zucchinis. Very nice. 1 zucchini, 2 zucchini. We got some green bell peppers. Now this one did get smushed. So, you know, perfection is not always, you know, every single time. But, you know, I'm still happy with the other things that are in here. Now this bell pepper looks perfect. It needs to be rinsed off. It's got a little bit of dirt on it. Oh, here is another zucchini. Now this one's split right here. But if I cut off this side and this side, cut off the split part, you can still cook with the rest of that. And then, let's see, 1 yellow onion. And then another yellow onion. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 baking potatoes. So I don't really know how many pounds this is because I did not weigh it, but the lettuce at the store would be pretty expensive. And then all of these gorgeous, gorgeous tomatoes, very happy with. Basically there's 6 tomatoes, so it looks like I got a double portion. So like I think if you look here, it says it's a veggie box with an add-on of 3 large homegrown tomatoes. So I think I probably would have gotten 3 in the original box, but since I made an add-on of 3 additional, I got a total of 6. Plus I got these, and I'm really happy about that. I mean, my family loves tomatoes going way back. One of my fondest memories of my granddad with tomatoes is that he and my grandmother would literally make tomato juice in their own kitchen. I buy tomato juice nowadays, like from V8 or Campbell's Juice, but seriously, they would open up these tomatoes. I don't know exactly what the process was. I was like 6. I didn't pay that close attention. I was just there to eat the tomatoes and drink the juice. He and my grandmother together would make this big, huge, like pitcher full of tomato juice. I mean, like straight out of the garden. And I don't know how they reduced it down and all of that. I'm sure there's a process and a recipe. I don't know what it is, but it tasted different, of course, than anything you would buy at the grocery store. And it was amazing. Like literally, I could not get enough of that tomato juice. So, I mean, I'm talking like a gallon jug at a time. They had a lot of tomatoes. That's how I was raised. My family we love that. Of course, I love processed tomato products too, like pizza sauce and ketchup and salsa and all that. But like, I will put tomatoes in almost anything. I'll put it in my macaroni and cheese. Of course, I add things like chili or spaghetti sauce that people expect, but and like salads and whatnot, but I'll just slice it up. A lot of us Southerners, if you're not used to it, if you're from a different part of the country, a lot of us Southerners, we will just slice it up about like this thick, maybe, what is that, like a ½ inch or something, ½ inch thick, and slice it up and serve maybe 3 or 4 slices on your dinner plate or your lunch plate with all of your other meat and vegetables that we serve. That is a side item in Southern cuisine. So yeah, we live for that stuff. I'm very happy about that. Killer price, even with the one damaged bell pepper, not a big deal. And then this one zucchini that has a split in it, like I said, I'll just cut the split out of the middle and use the other 2 ends that are fresh and chop that up and cook with the good parts. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there. I will put a link in the description below, but remember, this is only, right now, it's only for the local Knoxville, Tennessee area. Unfortunately, they don't deliver to further afield areas further out in the United States. And part of that is so that they can keep it fresh and local. Now, what I would recommend anyone further away to do is Google. Look in your area, support your local farmers, support your local co-ops, support your local entrepreneurs, your small businesses, find out what's available. There may be all kinds of opportunities for you. You may have farmers market, even if you don't have home delivery. Find out what's available and go support those people. In fact, in this area, there's a lot of farmers, and there are even places that farmers just pull over on the side of the road with their pickup truck and sell produce right out of the back of their truck. And there's no set schedule or advertisement or business or anything like that. It's just farmers selling food out of the back of their truck, fresh stuff straight off the farm, usually that day or within the last 24 hours. So look around your area. If anything, I hope that this is inspiration, that for 40 bucks you can get a lot of interesting things. Maybe something like that in your area. My doorbell's ringing, so I guess I have to go answer it. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm Beth, and that's how I'm doing it.